السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن صدق الله العظيم. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين والفريقين من عرب ومن عجم. يا رب بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم. بحمده تعالى. Once again we've been blessed with this most beautiful month of Ramadan al-Kareem. We were blessed and honored to have the night of the 27th. कि जमहूर के मुताबिक ये जो रात है लैलतुल क़द्र की जो रात है. And with the grace and infinite mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are blessed with Jummah al-Wida, the final Jummah in the month of Ramadan al-Kareem. तिरमिज़ी शरीफ की हदीस है कि रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने फरमाया that the night and the day of Jummah is more beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than every other single day in the entire year. कि साल के जो भी दिन है अल्लाह के नज़दीक जुम्मा का दिन ज़्यादा अहमियत रखता है. Is of greater importance than any day in the entire year. Even Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, the day of Jummah, is superior in the sight of Allah than even the day of Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha as well. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ने फरमाया कि जुम्मा के दिन जो है उसमें 5 खुसूसियात हैं. There are 5 specialities of the day of Jummah. Number 1, Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam was created on the day of Jummah. Number 2, Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam was sent upon the earth on the day of Jummah. Number 3, Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, he left from this world on the day of Jummah. और जुम्मा के दिन ऐसी घड़ी होती है, there is a time on the day of Jummah कि बंदा जो भी दुआ मांगता है, whatever dua he asks, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept it. Whatever dua he asks, there is a time on the day of Jummah that जो भी दुआ मांगेगा Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala उसको कबूल फरमाएगा. और आखिरी खुसूसी चीज़ ये है that it is on the day of Jummah that the day of judgment will be established. क़यामत का दिन जो है वो जुम्मा के दिन पर ही होगा. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned there is no inhabitant of the heavens and the earth, that there is no one, whether it is the angels, whether it is the animals, except that they fear the day of Jummah, that they are fearful the day of Jummah. So this is from the specialities, this is from the excellencies, the fadail of this blessed day. And it was on this very day, just a few weeks prior, that I was sat before you and I was saying to you that tomorrow Ramzan will be beginning. Right? I was sat here 4 weeks prior and I was saying to you कि कल से जो है रमज़ान का महीना शुरू होगा. And look how quickly time has passed. Look how quickly time has passed. Yani we were entering into month of Ramadan with so many aspirations, we were entering into the month of Ramadan with so much desires that we were going to do this, hum ye karenge, tilawat karenge, ibadat karenge. And all of a sudden, I'm sat in front of you and we're already at the final Jummah. In one narration, I believe it's recorded in Tirmidhi Sharif, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, क़यामत की एक निशानी ये भी है कि क़यामत के नज़दीक वक्त बहुत जल्दी से गुजरेगा. It will go very, very quickly. Time will pass by very quickly. यहाँ तक कि साल महीना की तरफ हो. A year will be like a month. और महीना दिन की तरफ होगा. A month will be like a day. And a day, one day will be like 1 hour. और घंटा ऐसा होगा कि किसी चीज को जलाई, you set something alight and it just goes like this. And verily we have come to these times. These are our very times. That time is passing by us very quickly, very quickly. But unfortunately we have forgotten the importance of time. We've forgotten the significance of time. Right? Now one of the greatest ni'mah, one of the greatest blessings Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with is the gift of time. This is why in Surah Al-Kathir, what is the last verse of Surah Al-Kathir? The last verse of Surah Al-Kathir is ثُمَّ لَتُسْأَلُنَّ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَنِ النَّعِيمِ. और उसके फौरन बाद किस सूरत है? Surah Al-Asr. The surah with regards to time. यानी अल्लाह सुब्हानहु व तआला सूरह काफिर में फरमाते हैं आखिरी आयत में कि वो दिन यानी क़यामत के दिन यानी हर नेमत के बारे में आपसे पूछा जाएगा, हर नेमत के बारे में. यहाँ तक कि कुछ उलमा ने फरमाया ये उमूमन बात है कि क़यामत के दिन सिर्फ 2 किताबें होंगी. This is generally known amongst the people that there will only be 2 books. एक नेक आमाल की किताब, एक बुरे आमाल की किताब. One book of deeds with good deeds, one book with bad deeds. लेकिन जो उमूमन नहीं बताया जाता है that in actual fact on the day of judgment we will have 3 books. 3 किताबें होंगी. One with good deeds, one with bad deeds. और तीसरी किताब में क्या लिखा होगा? Whatever ni'mah Allah has given you, जो भी नेमत है, they will all be mentioned in this book. और अगर Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala चाहे, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants, then He will ask you about every single blessing He bestowed upon you. Every single blessing, every single ni'mah He bestowed upon you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take you to account for every single one of them. हर नियमत का हिसाब लेगा अगर वो चाहे. इसलिए जन्नत में कौन पहले जाएंगे? Who will go into Jannah first? The Anbiya alayhimu salatu wa taslim. लेकिन अंबिया में से कौन है जो सबसे आखिर में जाएगा? Which of the prophets will be the last to go into Jannah? उलमा ने फरमाया है कि वो सैयदना सुलेमान अलैहिस्सलाम हैं. Why सैयदना सुलेमान? Because he was given all of these blessings. He was given hukumat over the entire earth. Because he had more blessings, therefore his account will take longer, and therefore he will be the last one to enter into Jannah from the prophets alayhimu salatu wa taslim. So immediately after, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says ثُمَّ لَتُسْأَلُنَّ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَنِ النَّعِيمِ, that on that day you will be taken to account with every single blessing. Immediately after this, Qansi Surah is Surah Al-Asr, which mentions about time. An entire chapter about time. Imam Shafi फरमाते हैं कि अगर कुरान की कोई और सूरत नाजिल नहीं हुई, no other surah was revealed in the Quran Kareem, just Surah Al-Asr, तो ये एक सूरत जो है हमारे लिए काफ़ी है. This one surah is sufficient for us. हमारे लिए तो काफ़ी है. हर नमाज में हम पढ़ते हैं. छोटी सूरत है, so we always bring this surah. But he says that this is the significance of this surah. The amount of information, the amount of admonition that there is in this surah. That if only this surah was revealed, it would have been sufficient for us. हमारे लिए काफ़ी होता. In this time of month of Ramadan, in specific due to the government lockdown, we understood now just how much time we have in the day. Now we understand, right, that we have a certain amount of time and we need to utilize it wisely. Imam Shafi'i, rahmatullahi ta'ala, because we are on this topic, ek aur, he says कि मशाइख के अक़वाल में से मुझको दो कौल ऐसे है जिससे मुझको बहुत फ़ायदा हुआ. There are two sayings from the sayings of the mashayikh, of the scholars, which benefited me greatly. Right? And he says one of them is this: al-waqtu sayfun qati'un. Al-waqtu sayfun qati'un. Yani time is a cutting sword. Time is a cutting sword. So he says, cut it before it cuts you. What does he mean by this? Yani engage yourself, occupy your time with good works. Occupy your time with good works before the world occupies you. Which is why also Imam al-Ghazali, he mentions in his book Bidayatul Hidayah, the beginning of guidance. He says we value gold and silver and diamonds. But he says the breath that we take, each breath is more valuable than the most precious stone. Each breath is more valuable than a diamond. Because money, माल जो है वो आता है जाता है, लेकिन जो सांस है, breath, once it's expended, you'll never get it back. It'll never come back to you. So you see, it's successful are those people who arrange their day. They have a plan for their day. कि सुबह में ये काम करना है, शाम को ये करना है, in the afternoon you need to do this, you need to do this. So he segments it. In the morning I'm going to recite this, Quran का ये juz पढ़ना है. In the afternoon I need to recite Durood Sharif. In the middle of the day I need to do this. Now what will happen is in all of his time he will attain blessing. He will get barakah from his time. Just think about it like this. Just think about it like this. अगर दिन में सिर्फ 8 घंटे हम सोते हैं, if we sleep 8 hours a day, if we sleep just 8 hours a day, when you reach the age of 60, then you have slept for 20 years. If you sleep for 8 hours a day, when you reach the age of 60 years, you have slept 20 years of your life. 20 years of your life you spent on your bed sleeping. And then the remainder time we're eating, we're drinking, we're working, we're engaged in all other stuff. Right? So we need to take account of this time. Which is why Imam al-Ghazali says you should portion your day, make a plan. Subah mein ye karna hai, you need to pray this, need to pray this prayer. That way you'll get barakah throughout the entire day. You'll attain blessings from the entire day. And he says, he who does not do this, agar aisa nahi kiya, then what will happen? His time will just be wasted. His time will be wasted. Many of us, with the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bihamdihi ta'ala, we have had the great honor that we have completed the recitation of the Quran in this month of Ramadan, right? Which is the habit of many people, which is a very good thing. But it shouldn't be ab aisa na ho ke aane wala the coming months that we forget the recitation of the Quran, right? We need to continue this now. It's very important that we continue in our recitation of the Quran. So a person may say, but once I'm back to my daily life, it's very difficult for me. It's very difficult for me. I don't have time. So that's fine. Just pray 1 ruku, 2 rukus. If you do this 1 or 2 rukus every day before this month comes again, before Ramzan comes again, you will have completed the recitation of the Quran, inshallah. Inshallah. So you need to engage and you need to continue this recitation of the Quran. It shouldn't be that the month of Ramadan ends and we forget and we forsake this habit. The Prophet ﷺ, he's mentioned numerous benefits, numerous fawaid with regards to reciting the Quran Kareem. And from them, the Prophet ﷺ, he says, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ لَيْسَ فِي جَوْفِهِ شَيْءٌ مِّنَ الْقُرْآنِ كَالْبَيْتِ الْخَرِبِ. Yes. That person that individual, वो शख्स जिसके दिल में कुरान की कोई चीज़ नहीं है, no shay, there's nothing from the Quran in his heart, then he is like a house which has been destroyed, right? Like a dilapidated house. In another hadith, the Prophet ﷺ, he commands the people, he says, Iqra'ul Quran, recite the Quran. Why? Because it will come on the day of judgment. يأتي إلى يوم القيامة شفيعا لأصحابه أو كما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. He says, recite the Quran, because the Quran on the day of judgment, it will come and it will do shafa'at. It will intercede for the person who recites it regularly. Right? So for this reason as well, we need to engage in the Quran. This is a very simple example. अगर बादशाह ने हमको कोई खत लिखा, if he wrote a letter to us, and we took the letter, उस पर इत्र लगाया, kissed it, and then placed it on a high shelf, तो बादशाह क्या कहेगा? He said that, what type of nonsense is this? I gave you a letter to read, and you've perfumed it, you put it in a nice ghilaf, you put it on a high shelf. He said, this is nonsense. Right? Bila mithal. Because laysa kamithlihi shay, there is nothing like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just to explain, just to understand. In the same manner, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us the Quran to read. The very word Quran is from the word qara'a, which means to read. So after Ramadan, we should not abandon the recitation of the Quran Kareem. In addition to this, क्योंकि उलमाए किराम ने फरमाया है कि जब आखिरी जुम्मा हो, रमज़ान की आखिरी जुम्मा, तो लोगों को सदका फ़ितर के बारे में याद दिलाना चाहिए. So when it's the last Jummah of Ramadan, it's necessary for the Imam to remind the people of Sadqa al-Fitr. What is this? Everyone knows what this is. And in our community, alhamdulillah, everyone gives Sadqa al-Fitr. Yes. The Prophet ﷺ hadith में आया है कि रमज़ान के जो रोज़े हैं वो मुअल्लक रहते हैं ज़मीन और आसमान के बीच. Between the heavens and the earth, the fast of Ramadan will remain suspended until a person does not give Sadqa al-Fitr. So now the issue is, and हमारे जो उस्ताद हैं फरमाते हैं कि the problem with us is, what our issue is, कि हम UK में रहते हैं लेकिन ख्वाब पाकिस्तान के देखते हैं. So what we do is we try to find the cheapest, the smallest amount that we can give ताकि ये जो वाजिब है वो अदा हो जाए. Right? We try to find the smallest amount. जितना भी कम हो सके इतना देना हम कोशिश करते हैं. Right? But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with wealth, right, we should give as much as we can. As much as we can in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In one narration, the Prophet ﷺ says, As-sakhiyu qareebun min Allah, qareebun min al-jannah, qareebun min al-nas, ba'idun min al-nar. He who is generous, he is close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah से करीब है, जन्नत से करीब है, लोगों से करीब है, और जहन्नम से दूर है, जो सखी है. वल-बखील, जो बुखल रखने वाला है, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala से, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, ba'idun min Allah, Allah से दूर है. ba'idun min al-jannah, जन्नत से दूर है. ba'idun min al-nas, लोगों से दूर है. क्योंकि why? Because his sight is on the pockets of the people, so he has this distance from them. wa qareebun min al-nar, and he's close to the fire of hell. And then he says, وَلَا سَخِيٌّ جَاهِلٌ قَرِيبٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ مِنَ الْآبِدُ الْبَخِيلِ أو كما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. That a person who has less amal, who is ignorant, he has less amal, but he is sakhi, he is generous, he is closer to Allah than that individual who worships Allah day and night, but he is bakhil, he is stingy, he is miserly. एक वाक़या याद आ गया, I just mentioned it, and this shows how we should be. एक शख्स ऐसा था जिसके पास बीमारी थी, he was ill, तो तबीब के पास गया, he went to the doctor. तबीब ने कहा कि शहद खाओ, honey. तो वो गरीब आदमी था, he never had no money, तो दोस्त के पास गया. Goes to his friend, he says, I need to buy some honey. The doctors prescribed me honey for my illness. But I don't have no money. So he goes, एक अमीर अभी जो है वो मदीना शरीफ में आने वाले हैं, उसके पास चले जाओ. अभी शाम को गए हैं तिजारत के लिए. He's gone to the Levant, he's gone to Greater Syria to perform business. He's returning. Go meet him. He will give you it. He's a very generous person, a very generous individual. So वो जो गरीब आदमी था वो निकल गया. He went, and as he goes, he meets the kafla. So he inquires, and he meets one ghulam. The ghulam से मुलाकात होती है. उसे कहता है कि अमीर से बात करनी थी. He says, what is your matter? What's the problem? He says, I need some honey. I need some honey. The doctor's prescribed me some honey. Can you ask him for me? So he says, of course. So he goes to the Amir of the Kafla. He says, ye garib aadmi hai, he needs some honey, if you can do anything. So he says, if you look at that camel, us par ek matka hai. It's a big jar, earthen pot of honey. He says, give him that. So Ghulam kehta hai, Huzur, wo to sirf, he only asked for a little bit. Why are you giving him this full thing? He goes, hum Musliman hai, we are Muslim. Right? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he taught us generosity. He says, give it to him. तो अब जो गुलाम है वो शिकायत करता है. He says, no, हुजूर ऐसा है कि फिर जो है अगर वो पूरा मटका दे दिया, if you give him that full pot, तो जो वजन है on the camel, it won't be level. It'll be difficult for the camel. क्योंकि एक मटका एक तरफ है, एक मटका दूसरी तरफ है. So he goes, एक काम करो, वो दूसरा मटका है उसको भी दे दो. Give him the other pot of honey as well. Give him the other earthen jar of honey. So now the Ghulam is upset. He says, लेकिन हुजूर वो तो चलते आया. He came walking. How is he going to carry those two pots back? You know, they're huge pots. How is it? He goes, एक काम करो, ऊंट भी दे दो. Give him the camel as well. Right. अब जो है, he doesn't complain. अब जो है वो भागने लगता है. He starts to run away. So he goes to the person. The person asks for a small amount of honey. Now he's coming with a full camel and 2 jars of honey. So he says, what is this? I asked for a small amount of honey. He goes, this is our Amir. Our Amir is like this. He's very generous. Right? So he gives it to him. Now he's returning back to the Amir. Amir says to him, what was this? Why were you running all of a sudden? Bhaagne laga. He goes, when he asked for a small amount of honey, you gave him the full jar. When you gave him the full jar, you said the weight will be uneven, you gave him the second jar. When I said that he doesn't have nothing to carry it with, you gave him the camel. Then I thought, मैंने सोचा कि अब जो है आप कहेंगे एक काम करो ये गुलाम भी ले जाओ. He can help you get back home. So he goes, that's why I began to run. क्योंकि मेरे जैसे गुलाम तो आपको कहीं मिल जाएंगे. You will find many slaves like me, लेकिन आपके जैसे सखी मौला मुझको कहीं नहीं मिलेगा. But I will never find a generous master like yourself. वो कौन आदमी था? सैयदना उस्मान अल-गनी रज़ियल्लाहु ताला. Where did he learn this generosity from? He learned from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said easy. That Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what does Sayyidi Allah says? Wah kya jood o karam hai, shahe batha tera, nahi sunta hi nahi mangne wala tera. That what is your generosity, ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? You know, how generous are you that no one even hears no from your lips? And in another place he says, mere kareem se gar katra kisi ne manga. He says, mere kareem se gar katra kisi ne manga. Darya baha diye hai, durbe baha diye. That if somebody asks for a drop from my master, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he just asked for one drop, then in exchange he got oceans and oceans in exchange, and precious diamonds in exchange. So a Muslim is not he who is miserly. In one narration, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, these 2 qualities can never be found in one Muslim together. There's 2 qualities that are never found in one Muslim together. He says miserliness and bad character. You will never find those two qualities in the same person, except that he is a believer as well. Right? So you should extend as much charity as you can, especially in these difficult times. Whatever you can give in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever you can give. Don't try to give the minimum. Yani the ahkam, just very, very quickly, masail. The ruling is that whoever is the responsible man from the family, he should give for himself, सदका फितर, और जो नाबालिग बच्चे हैं he has to give for them as well. जो बच्चे बालिग हैं he can give for them as well, लेकिन उनसे इजाज़त लेना ज़रूरी है. If he wants to give from his wife, he has to take ijazat as well. So the responsible person, he has to give for himself sadqa fitr, and all of his children, all of the people who are under him, who are not mature yet, he has to give for them as well. If he wants to give for his mature children, he has to take ijazat from them. क्योंकि उनके लिए हुक्म है. They have to give it themselves. So whatever you can give, don't give the minimum. What we do is we take the value, क्योंकि sadqa fitr, it can be from यानी गेहूं जो है, dates, khujur, so on and so forth. We figure out the smallest amount, what is the cheapest, and we give for this. But if you were to work it out for dates, khujur ke mutabik agar humne kiya, to it'd be about £20 for each person. Do you understand? So you give what you can, as much as you can. So we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that through His infinite mercy, through His infinite grace, He opens our hearts. He gives us the ability to give in His path, in His way, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts our fast of this Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to continue in our actions after the month of Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remove us from this difficulty, from this illness. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us within His protection. Wa sallallahu ta'ala ala khayra khalqihi wa nuri arshi sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabi ajma'in. Ya arhamar rahimin. Just quick announcement for those who are listening online. Eid namaz this year, there will be no Eid namaz for the general public. There will be no Eid namaz for the general public. So the brothers are requested that whichever day Eid is on, inshallah, there will be a speech in the English language. So listen to this. लेकिन क्योंकि ईद नमाज नहीं है, तो घर पे जो है 4 रकात नफिल अदा करनी है. You will pray 4 rakats nafil at home. This is not Eid namaz, but the ulama, fuqaha ने ये हमको तरीका सिखाया है. That you pray 4 rakats nafil namaz after the Eid namaz has been done in the masjid, और नवाफिल के बाद Subhanallah wa bihamdihi 300 times. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi 300 times. उसके बाद जो है दुआ मांगनी है. So we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He accepts our wishes. Sunnat ya Allah.